You good? No? Okay.
Meeting called to order at 3:35.
Yes. Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the library trustees. The first order of business is to review the prior meeting minutes, which we have, and I took a quick look at. And I didn't see anything of concern, did you?
I
Yes,
wrote them, so.
Huh?
I highlighted some things
Oh, I
there,
see.
so we're gonna need some more detail before we can approve that because
Okay.
we're missing
Oh, okay.
that stuff.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that they're approved as,
We'll just, you
with
know
the
what?
exceptions that were noted
We'll
that you
table,
did.
we'll table them till
okay,
they're corrected, and we'll approve both at the next meeting.
that's fine.
This meetings and this past meetings. Is that all right? Okay. So for the record, we are tabling the prior meeting minutes till they can be adjusted, since we are not quite sure. Okay. So with that, we will start Shannon's youth services report.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. So I went to a Building Your Leadership Toolbox workshop on Friday. Very
Friends paid
interesting.
for it.
The friends paid for it very kindly. It was very interesting. Lots of different perspectives. Hopefully, there were some very interesting things that I'm probably going to use in relation to the LST grant that we've got. There's this free place where they do like surveys, outcome surveys for the community, and it's all pre-made and tailored to the Massachusetts LSTA grant. Actually, they have one specifically like for that, so that was fun. There was some interesting things there. In August, we had 21 children's programs. We had a total of 382 people in attendance.
Wow, great.
Yeah, it was a good month. Story times are just rolling right along. We've got babies on Tuesdays. We've got regular story time for 1 to 5 year olds on Wednesdays and Thursdays. We've got a good attendance right now. It'll probably start populating a little bit more when everyone gets settled in their routine, but numbers are fine the way they are right now. We've also got upcoming story time at the banks, September 23rd and October 7th.
How do those go? I mean, attendance-wise?
Those vary. So sometimes I have none, but that's been very rare lately. But we had Deb Hudgens on the same day that I was going to the bank, so everyone went to Deb Hudgens, which I'm fine with since we pay for her to come. But usually I've got like a solid crowd of 4 to 5 kids who come, and then sometimes there might be days where it's higher for whatever reason. Sometimes people share me on like mom's group things,
Great.
and then
All
like
have
that
great
one
stories.
day I'll have like 40 people, and
Yeah.
then the next day just the regulars
Now,
come.
do you bring a craft or anything to that?
I do.
Okay.
So it's just like normal story time. It just happens to be at the bank.
Okay. I was just curious. I haven't really talked to you much about it lately.
No,
Okay.
and we still get people who will only go and see her at the bank and don't come here for regular story time.
I can't figure that
Yeah,
one
we
out.
can't figure that one out.
Do they think they have to be Sutton library card holders to come here?
No. I always tell them that I'm right up the road, and and I let them know that the Wednesday and Thursday one is different than the one we do at the bank, and they're still just like, yeah, it's just more convenient to go here. And I'm like, okay. I don't know if it's like on a stop or what have you, but
It's just
Yeah.
the weirdest thing.
it's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there's, it's nice to have the whole one-stop shop. I can do a story, and then I can get my groceries.
There are definitely people there was at least one grandmother who it was she was going to the bank, and she just happened to add in
Yeah.
going to story time for her
Sorry, I
routine.
just started
So
this. Hello.
I apologize for being late. The world conspired against me getting here.
I understand.
It
This is the-
happens.
We tabled because there were a couple things, so just so you know where we popped up. We tabled the prior meeting minutes, we just have to make, so we'll approve them both at the next meeting.
Okay,
And then Shannon is doing her report. She's doing a fabulous job.
of
Back-
course she is, she always does.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, story time at the bank is its own little thing, but it's
People go.
populated. Yeah, it's not it's not like no
Right.
one goes ever.
Yeah, no,
So.
perfect.
Yeah. Friday, September 20th, this Friday, in theory, we should be having a movie at 4 p.m. That might change depending on the construction situation, but right now, as of right now, it's at 4.
Okay.
It might change. Nobody knows.
So, well, we can talk about that when we get to the sidewalk update.
Yeah.
And talk about our planning. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. The thing after that is a separate line. It just didn't get moved over when I was moving it.
Okay.
Crazy Eights Math Club is going to be starting on Mondays, September 23rd, and it'll run until November 25th, with those notable exceptions for days that were closed on Mondays. It's for kindergarten to second grade. It's currently full. We can, we had space for 12 people. But Lori, our wonderful part-time worker who also happens to be a chemistry teacher at the school, will be running it, and it's a wonderful thing. So the Crazy Eights Math Club is part of Bedtime Math, and they actually provide all of it. So we just signed up for it, and they had to interview me, and they interviewed Lori, who would be coaching, and then they have sent us 8 weeks worth of materials and curriculum, and they also provide videos if there's something you don't fully understand how you're supposed to do it. It's wonderful. I'm really excited, and if it turns out really well, we can do another season for it, and there is a slightly older group one. And it's free.
Free is good. Free's my
Free
favorite
is
price.
It just kept getting better.
It was just, and they're like, don't hold on to anything, just use it all. We provide everything. And I'm like, that's amazing.
Wow.
So if the kids get something, they go home with it. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I love giving out free stuff. Take it. It's very organized. The box came in. I was looking through the bags, and they're all lovingly labeled with what week it is and what's in it. And I was like, this is gorgeous.
The little things that make us happy.
It made me really happy.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're really excited about that. Minecraft will be meeting the first Wednesday in October. We had a meeting last month where we chiseled out what we wanted to do in the coming months. So that's still kicking. People still coming. So that's for ages 5 and up, and it's at 3:30. We have another Deb Hudgens Monday, October 7th at 10:30. We will begin our first LSTA funded program for the STEM programming Tuesday, October 8th at 4. We're going to be doing the science of cooking. It's for ages 5 to 8. We're going to be looking at one big science concept and discuss how it's related to cooking food. So the first one will probably be microwave popcorn. So we'll talk about microwaves and how it actually cooks our food, and then we'll make popcorn. It will be fun. It will be a half an hour. It won't be stressful, but we'll learn some stuff, and we'll eat some stuff, and we're gonna have a party. We're gonna have another Kidding Around Yoga with Nicole child session Tuesday, October 8th at 5:30. We move those from Thursday to Tuesday. That's for ages 4 to 7. I believe that one still has room in it. And then Wednesday, October 8th and 9th, we will be meeting at 3:30 for the You and Me Book Club, and we'll be discussing The Last Kids on Earth, which is about zombies, and I'm excited. And then we have the fall story time at Whittier Farm again this year. We're very excited about that. It'll be Friday, October 11th, because that is a no school day, I believe, for Sutton. All ages are welcome. It's going to be a party. We usually do pretty well at that, so I have high hopes. I hope the weather's nice. I've probably just jinxed it, but whatevs. We have a Lego Club Friday, September 27th at 4, and then Thursday, October 17th at 4.
Great.
Now on to tweens and teens. In August, we had 5 teen programs. We had 23 people in attendance. Coming up soon, we have Understanding Credit again. We had them last spring. We're having them again this fall. We're going to do Tuesday, September 24th. The teen one is at 4, and then we'll be running it again at 6 for adults. They are fairly similar, but he does target his presentation based on what teens and adults are living their lives and what credit they need to understand. So there'll probably be more of a focus on your first car and student loans and things like that for the kids, and then probably will ask you probably more house related things and such.
Even renting, you need a credit score. So.
Right.
Yeah. So he usually asks the crowd what they're most interested in and like gauges the room, but he's really good. We are having Zumbarbies Saturday, September 28th at 11. That's for ages 8 to 18. We're basically going to take Barbies that nobody wants anymore for various reasons. They might be missing limbs or hair. And we're going to turn them into zombies because Halloween is coming. It's just a fun thing we're going to do. I'm excited.
Do you still need more Barbies?
I'm always willing to take discarded Barbies.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they're missing hair or a limb, I'll take them. We'll also take, they don't have to be brand Barbies. They can also be like Monster High or Bratz dolls or any of those things.
All of those.
Which is even better to mix and match size things too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Like your giant arm, your big
I
head.
also like the Monster High dolls because some of them are actually already zombies, so I don't have to spray paint those ones. I'm excited. We're having a Yoga with Nicole tween session Tuesday, October 1st at 5:30 for ages 8 to 12. That one is wide open. Feel free to sign up for that. Bon Appetit will be Saturday, October 5th at 11. That's for ages 10 to 18. We're going to be doing Gross Gourmet because Halloween is a thing. It's going to be gross, but it's going to be delicious. It'll be fun. And then we're having a zombie survival course and pizza day Thursday, October 10th, which is a half day for Sutton kids at 12:30. Pizza's at noon, but the program starts at 12:30. It actually has very little to do with zombies. It's more about like survival out in the world if there's a crisis. So lots of good skills to be learned there. And then we're going to have DIY Tuesday, October 15th. The teen session is at 4 and the adult session is at 6:30. That one, I believe, is jar food. Food in jars. And questions, concerns? Can you hear me?
I'm assuming the food in jars does not require water bath canning since we don't have the facilities for that. This
No,
is all
it's-
refrigerator stuff.
It's
Like
yeah.
overnight oatmeal.
Oatmeal, and then overnight
Perfect.
oatmeal.
Mason jar salad.
Yeah, mason jar salad.
Okay. Not like
Cookie jar, like cookie mix
Dry
and
cookie
a cookie dry mix
ingredients.
things
Yeah.
you can make ahead of time and then forget about
I
for
have
a
recipes
while.
for all those things.
Oh,
if you
that's
need anything.
send them to me. I love looking at those things.
Okay.
There's
Soup in a jar, like the dry soup.
Were you gonna did you do that microwave cake that Lisa did you do that for a different one, or were you gonna do that for this one?
specifically the devil's food with the angel cake that you made.
I
last
did not do
episode.
that
Yeah.
specific one. We should do
We
that.
talked
We
about
needed
that for
dessert.
something, yeah.
You're
Okay.
right. I agree.
That one you just keep in a mix and then you just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Easy.
but that's it. Like,
You keep
I
it in a
make
jar.
it and then I don't have to
Yeah.
think about it again. You know, people buy those pre-made
So-
mug cakes that are
Right.
like
Yeah.
$4 or $5
Ridiculous,
a
yeah.
pop. Why?
it's ridiculously easy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could tell you it like now
Oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe not right now, but like,
But yeah.
because I don't want to give it away.
that's right. It's a secret. Shh. Come to the program to learn. But yeah, they like those. Food.
Food is always good.
Yeah.
Food's always good. So, all right, take over.
Moving on to the director's report.
All right. This was a lovely short batch of meetings this month. The Adult Programming Roundtable, which I was running for the Central Mass Library, or under the umbrella of the Central Mass Library Advocates at Shrewsbury, was nice. We had like 15 people, which was a good turnout, and lots of constructive ideas. It's always fun to see what everybody's doing in their differently sized libraries. I had one lady who drove a long way to come because there wasn't one around in her area, And she's saying, how do you guys find time to, do all this? And they're like, well, we try to, move things around or whatever. If it's just me, and she's like, well, I have like 3 people that just doing programming, and everybody else is like, lay down tables for me, like, well, I only have 8 people in my entire library. So he's like, oh, there's only 3 of us doing programming. So, but a lot of other good ideas too. But very interesting to see how different everybody is. Executive committee at CW Mars, department heads here. I went to the Historical Society. I brought them the fact sheet for the community preservation assessment grant for their reference, and I brought them the timeline and what we need from them, which at this point is just a letter of commitment, which would be submitted with either goes in with our letter of intent. I think it goes. It doesn't. I don't think it goes in with the application, but it might. And then they would also have to fill out a survey. I think after we would do the letter of intent, everybody gets a survey, all the partners, and you have to fill it out, which I think is probably the MBLC's way of helping you figure out how much you need to ask for, would be my guess. Evan Knight, who's the preservation assessment liaison advisor, is going to come out and do a site visit October 1st at 10:30 in the morning. To look at our stuff, and hopefully the historical societies. I emailed them and I told one of them. So hopefully they'll have someone around who can let us into the museum and into the blacksmith shop.
So how was overall, how was the reception? Are they interested in participating in this grant?
They had a huge punch list, it's like a 4-page punch list broken down by their sites and then the various things that they need. And one of them that has no, monetary value assigned or a time on it is figure out what we're going to do with our stuff in the museum and figure out how we're going to organize it, which is exactly what this grant would do for them. So I was like, this number 21 on your list, this is it right here. So
Great.
yeah,
Good.
they are, they recognize that they need this. So
Okay, good.
so I think they're in, but we'll see. We don't know
What's the final due date for everything? Do we have one yet?
It's in it was like February maybe, but the letter of intent is I think November or December, so we still have quite some time.
Good.
Yeah, I want so at least they had a meeting or 2 to think about it before we even have to just do the letter of intent. Let's see. And then Joanne and I went to the Sutton Douglas Community Partnership at Livesong the other day, which is always very illuminating. It's a good group of people.
It is. It certainly shines a light on the needs that are here in Sutton that we probably don't think of. And bringing the fall programming seemed to generate a lot of interest, which is great. So thank you for bringing those.
Yep, so I brought newsletters and some flyers. I definitely brought the credit thing, so I thought there's some people there who have clients who definitely might be interested in that. And I brought maybe the Quabbin thing, and then next month I'll bring the Appalachian Trail guy, because we ran out of printer ink, so. So, all right, let's see. We've had a very quiet September so far. The only real program I've had was Colin's cookbook launch, which was great. He probably, we saw a lot of familiar faces, some not familiar faces who must just follow him. They said they'd seen him elsewhere, and then came in to check out the recipes and buy a cookbook. So, and everything we made, everybody really loved everything that we made. We had 5 different things.
Great.
They were really good.
I wish I could have come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we do. I saw at least one. The friends bought us 2 copies of the cookbook, and I know I saw one downstairs that's ready to circulate. It was the new nonfiction. I don't know if it's still there, but so you can check it out.
Did he leave cookbooks for sale, so if people want to purchase them, they have to contact him
Yeah.
directly?
Or they can get them. You can get them on Amazon. I think he gets more money in his pocket when you buy them from him, but you can get them on Amazon. So, but yeah, he's doing more classes in cookbook.
Good.
And he's cookbook signings, so I think he's bring those around with him. All right, we're well into planning for December to February already, which is nuts. In addition to us, like we talked about the cookbook club launching in January, I've got a poetry reading, which came through the grapevine for December, and then the paper crafting lady who likes to do them at the bank already booked. So, and those will probably be only outside things that we do for December because it's too titchy with the weather, and we have enough of our own stuff. Let's see. Friends Art Festival was inside.
It looked great, though.
It did. It looked nice. The room was nice and full. I have no idea how much money they made. But I think they seemed pretty happy with however they did. So their next meeting is October 18th, which is a Friday, at 10:30 in the morning. Let's see. I have an actual price on that deep freeze, which is $118 for 3 years of maintenance and 3 PCs. I think they're still working on ordering that for me. For us, CW Mars came in and moved the Wi-Fi router from the back room to the front desk, and now the service goes down like to the chair in the back. It still does not get to the table because it's just, you can't get around the vault.
Oh.
Right.
So there's no, we're not gonna get that, but at least it goes a good signal straight down. And that actually, they brought a bigger router and cabled the computers at the front desk straight into it instead of using the wireless, so those should have a better connection.
Nice.
And we put the public printer back out at the desk because that's wired into the router. So, but now it's actually next to the cash register, so nobody can see it, so they can't be grabbing their printouts and absconding with them. So it worked out okay. Let's see, sidewalk project likely commencing Wednesday?
Oh, Wednesday now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wednesday, maybe.
And they haven't given you a definite on that yet?
Well, John Kuchar stopped in this morning and said Wednesday is on the schedule.
Okay.
But, I mean, today was on the schedule, so I'm not holding my breath for Wednesday.
Okay.
We did move the book drop up to the sidewalk. The highway guys helped me with that the other day. So that's at least out of the way. And there was a ton of stuff in it this morning, so obviously people aren't having a hard time finding it.
Right.
So, and I think Pam cleaned out the gnome garden. I didn't actually look at it when I came in this morning. She was gonna clean out all the little guys and stuff and maybe tarp it, just so it didn't get dusty and gross if they were gonna, jackhammer up the concrete.
Yeah, don't tarp it until absolutely necessary.
So, that's that. I'm waiting on carpet cleaning till after they finish because there's no point in doing it before
Right.
then. So that's that.
And they estimate it will take about a week.
3 days? Best case scenario?
I'd start putting signage out now during the project. This is how you'll get in.
We have it, it's ready.
It's-
The letterboard is ready to go.
Okay.
But I just didn't put out because it very specifically says we'll close at 4 and to use the thing, so.
Even a sign on the front door saying, heads up, this is coming.
Okay. Yeah, we have, there's one on the desk and it's an extra one. I was like, I don't know what to do with it because it's pointless to put it on the door once we close because no one's gonna see it, but yeah, we have one.
But even leading up to
Yeah, and
the
that's
closing.
on Saturday. People were reading the one on the desk and I'm
Would
like,
we
okay.
want one up on the main entrance to town hall's door? Just so people are aware that the library's closed when the town hall is closed, but this is the correct door you should be coming in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and I hadn't thought about Friday. That's the thing, is this was hopefully not gonna run into the weekend. Cause we talked about, like, they close at noon on Friday. I hadn't actually thought about them closing at noon on Friday. Cause it was hopefully not gonna be an issue.
Oh, golly.
now-
Yeah.
Right.
And then over the weekend too, like, depending on what it looks like on Saturday, if it's walkable or anything like that, so. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Cause it was hopefully gonna be done by the end of the week, so.
And if necessary, just close.
Yeah, I mean, those
'Cause
are
what else can we do?
Do you have
traditionally,
programming Saturday?
Nope.
Okay, that's good.
no, it was a quiet week anyway.
Yeah.
Which is good. And we have, Shan has a program tomorrow night, which we had a room booked up here, which we probably won't have to use. We'll be able to do her thing downstairs. Pam has book group Thursday night, and we have a room booked in the church. I think she
good.
already emailed all her people
Okay.
with the very specific directions to the right room. So.
Good.
they were
Yeah,
able
so
to
that just leaves Friday with the movie and the,
It's just the movie.
It's just the
it's just the movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
which is not a super big deal. It's a free
Yeah.
movie.
Free movie Friday.
It's a drop-in situation anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we're sure it's gonna close on Friday, on Thursday, I would have them make an announcement at school just so kids don't walk over and have no place to go.
Usually
If
usually
necessary.
ever get little kids for that. Yeah.
But
Okay,
we'll put it up on the Facebook.
yeah.
Yeah.
So all the old people will get it.
So
because
all the parents who are gonna bring their kids to
all
it.
the old
Share.
people use Facebook.
I always share.
I'll put it on the
So-
Instagram too if it makes you feel better.
Sure.
So, all right. So yeah, it's just a wait and see kind of thing.
Excuse me.
That's all.
All right.
That's all I got. You have any questions on that?
All right.
It's not much since it seems like we met recently, and then it just has been really quiet.
All right, well then let's move on to our circulation.
Yeah. That's nice, John.
Oh, dark candy. No. Just
Oh,
Everything looks good.
and I told that. So I brought you the overdrive statistics I didn't bring you last time, and then I didn't bring you the new overdrive statistics. So that's not at all helpful.
Oh, well.
Eventually, I'll catch up on the statistics. But it shows you that was very nearly 8,000 overdrive checkouts for last year. So that's a huge number.
Yeah.
Is there anything as far as statistics on circulation that you're concerned about, or?
No, we still saw that bump from auto renew, so it was up 18% over last year.
That's
Mm.
Which I
fantastic.
think, so I would consider that statistically close enough to the 25% from July,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
for about a bump for auto renew.
Any other questions on circ stats?
We are, theoretically, no, we are going to switch magazine subscription companies, but that won't affect anybody, but it's gonna be a lot cheaper, so.
Good,
That's good.
that always helps.
It's been a
Right.
couple of years since we switched magazine subscription companies.
Let's
Should get-
move on to budget then.
Yeah, Tim hasn't closed out
Okay.
2019 yet, so that's why
These are the 2019 stats for the, no.
No, these are 2020s, but that's like on your year-to-date, White still has all those 100% on the
Okay,
things, because he hasn't closed out 2019 and officially like opened 2020.
So that's why there's nothing in there, so everything looks negative. There we go.
Yeah.
and the Osterman grant?
Is right on track. You double-checked it, right?
Yep.
So.
Yep. It's all good.
All spoken for?
Basically, yeah. There might be a little bit of wiggle room, but that'll cover expenses for, like DIY and
Mhm.
cooking, the things that fluctuate month to month, but yeah, most of it's gone.
We want to use what they give us.
That's right.
All right, and state aid,
Yep, I'm still trying to figure out what that 9749 is. I looked for it today and I couldn't find it, so I'll figure that one
It's
out.
looks like a refund, right?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Was that like something was put to state aid and it should have been put to a different line?
oh.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah,
It's still bugging me though, so I gotta find it.
Mm.
Other than that, newsletter, we had to buy DVD security key. Oh no, you know what I bought? I had to buy the inserts for the 2-disc things, but I bought a backup magnet, because we never have a backup magnet.
Mm.
I was like, I have a little extra money out, because it's like $150 or something stupid, so I bought an extra. I have a secret backup magnet in case something happens to ours. And then the website and the security certificate.
okay. And gifts and donations.
Yep. Is that it's low after the summer, which we knew would happen anyway, because we spent all the nice money from Unibank. But there's probably a couple more deposits in there that aren't reflected, but nothing. We're taking a hit when I get the online fines from CW Mars. It It was like $20 for the month. I was like, that's where that auto renew's hitting. Because usually it'd be like 50, 75, and now
Oh,
anybody pays, people aren't paying their, or they don't have the fines to pay online anymore. So
Mm.
yeah.
to get out of fine jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any new business other than our director's report, or director's review, I should say?
And you got
All right.
it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So, just to briefly go over your review, Betsy, your evaluation rating out of 5 is a 4.255. As far as accomplishments go, we said that this year brought a continued expansion of the programs in spite of the space limitations that we are all well aware of that exist. There was a significant increase in the variety of programming that was offered, in summer reading participation, and in program attendance. We said that you continued to work closely with town administration to advocate for the library, and due to your efforts, we have more parking spaces in the small parking lot that we do have, and the promise of improvements to the access door and the sidewalk. We'll keep our fingers crossed that that happens this week. We also said that you seek out a variety of professional development opportunities and to further your knowledge of the library administration and the profession in general. We said that you take part in community events to promote the library, and you encourage your staff to do the same, and we all saw that when you participated in the Sutton 4th celebration. As far as improvement goes, we said continue to broaden the variety of programming offered so that it reaches the residents of all ages. We asked that you promote the holdings and programming offered through social media outlets, the Facebook, the Instagram. So we want you to show how the library helps the community. For example, publish the amount of food donated to the food pantry, maybe publish positive circulation statistics, and maybe even the dollar savings to patrons to show that the library really does provide the residents of the town with a great opportunity to save money and get the use of lots of stuff. As far as goals, we said continue to increase the types of programming offered, advertise to increase the attendance at scheduled programs. Also, to keep in mind determining the best utilization of any space that may become available to the library due to changes at the town hall, the former police station, the fire station, and ambulance personnel rooms. So just keep that in mind and have a plan in place so that we can hop on any space they may give us. And unless you have anything else to add?
Overall, I think you had a great year,
I think so too.
and we appreciate both yours and Shannon's and all the staff's efforts, and the great staff we have starts at the top, so I appreciate all your hard work.
It's,
Both of you.
it's not easy to do with the small space we've got, but you really do make incredible efforts to utilize everything, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There anything else that we need to go over? We should plan dates for our upcoming meetings.
We already have October,
Yes.
because that was town meeting, remember we talked about
Right.
that. We can do November, certainly,
So what did we decide for October?
the 21st.
Okay. And
Which
then-
is the same date as the town meeting, and we said that
Oh,
would be
that's-
okay
that's
with
what I meant.
everyone.
Yeah.
Oops, that's the wrong button. So,
And I believe the 28th of November is Thanksgiving. It's very late this year. So are we thinking maybe the 18th?
Yeah, that's fine. Either of those, the 18th or 25th is fine with me, but probably the 18th, because then you want to meet early. You probably want to meet December 16th,
okay.
so that you're not meeting that week of school
Right.
vacation, Hanukkah, Christmas, and Kwanzaa.
Okay, so
Ooh.
let's plan all those then. So 10/21,
Yep.
11/18,
Yep.
and 12/16.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, always at 3:30, that works for everyone?
Yeah, I mean, it works for me. That works for
Okay.
you. and-
Aiden, does that work for you?
I can arrange my schedule most days, so
That-
that's fine.
23rd, there is no school. If that, oh, never mind.
We're gonna
Yeah,
do the
if we're
16th.
doing
I mean, the 16th,
16th.
so it's fine.
Yeah,
All right,
and now,
which will give Shannon plenty of time to plan programming on the 23rd.
It's Hanukkah. It practically writes itself.
We open that day?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. Are there any closings that we need to be aware of and put into the minutes?
No, we already previously had planned them. So what, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving
Right.
Day, Christmas Eve,
Um,
Christmas Day,
So no additions.
Columbus
unless we've
Day?
already published.
Columbus Day, yeah.
Okay. And any additions will be emergency ones for the sidewalk
Correct.
Yeah, maybe I could get the carpets
or
cleaned
weather.
Columbus Day weekend.
Okay.
that could work.
The sidewalks in
All right,
A
so
rainstorm could happen, nobody knows, it's New England. A
If-
freak snowstorm, we could have a snowtober again.
Please no.
No, right now we're talking about more hurricanes, so I don't think we'll have the snowstorm and the hurricanes. Too much warm air coming
You say that,
up.
but this is New England, you never know.
Too much warm air coming up.
Doesn't matter, it's New England.
all right, well,
Cold front coming.
as we look forward to weather, shall we entertain ending the meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 4:12.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned.